All right, so we shall look at examples now to find the missing side and the missing angle using the cosine rule. So now using the cosine rule, we have this first example here. So we have this diagram, which is telling us we have KNM, triangle KNM, and we are being asked to find the distance MQ. Then how do we go about that one? So MK is this distance. This is the distance MK. So the first thing that we look at is this KM. It's opposite to what angle? So we find that this is opposite to angle N. So we say that is distance small letter n. Then now we go to angle K. Angle K, why are we going to angle K? Because this angle has got a side, this one, which is making an included angle there. So we are saying this side and that side, they have an angle in between them, which is that, not so. So this is side K, and then lastly, this is side M. So now, since we are finding N should be our subject of the formula. So we are going to say N squared should be equal to, it is going to be equal to what? It is going to be equal to what we have here. In this case, it is K squared plus what we have there. In this case, it is M squared. Then we are going to say minus 2 K M cos what?
Cos N.
Cos capital N, like that, not so.
Yeah.
Then you are now going to look to get the values that we have. So N tatkwete. So we're going to say N squared is equal to, what is K? K we have 25. So we square 25 plus M is what?
15.
Then we say minus 2. What is K? K is 25. Then M is 15. Are you guys able to see?
Yes.
All right, then what is angle N? Angle N is simply 86, like that. Is it okay? Yes, then we can do the simplifying here. So N squared is equal to, so we can punch 25 squared is what? Is this 625? Plus 225 minus, let's get that. Confirm with me, 750. Negative?
Twice.
Okay, so we have that. So we can add 625. You guys will verify for me. Tell me if there'll be any error in terms of the numbers that I'm putting here. So when you add 625 plus 225, we are getting 850. Then we say minus. So we can now multiply our 750 here. Then we say cos 86. So we are getting 52.31735531. So now we can subtract that. We can say 850 minus 52 point that. What are you guys getting? Confirm with me. Are you no? I need you guys to confirm with me. So we can now. The next thing we do here is to we square root. Okay. So now we are going to cancel that, and we cancel the 2. So n is remaining alone. So if you're on the calculator, the answer that you got, just press on the square root symbol there. Okay. So you discover your final answer is going to be 28.243276.1. Then this was given in kilometers, so you say km. Then after you've written this, you can now round off, not so. So you are going to say your n is going to be 18.24 km. Remember, we said we are going to leave our side to 2 decimal place, and then if it was an angle, we leave it to 1 decimal place. Remember that? Are we done?
Yes.
We are not done. They said we find the distance of mk. We have found n. So we should now say, therefore, our mk is simply what? 18.24 kilometers, like that. Is that making sense?
Yes.
Any question on that one? All right, so quickly, let's look at the next one. So the next one now involves us looking for an angle. Okay, looking for an angle. Let's hope these numbers work properly, because okay, so now let's ABC. So we're looking for that angle. So the one that you had in that example there, it requires some bit of manipulation. But now, since you guys are doing this for the first time, I wouldn't want us to do a complicated example like that one. Of course, we shall do something related to that, but later on, when we are very much familiar with such types of calculations, because when I talk about quadrants, I know some of you might get it, some might not, because I've not yet done that part. So let's find our angle B there. So since we are finding this angle B, we are going to concentrate on this, and also it's what? Its opposite side. So in this case, the opposite side is what? B. So now we are going to have this and that. They are the two sides that are making up this angle. So we are going to say the opposite side to this angle B is what?
28.
So we are going to say B squared is equal to, what are the two sides that are enclosing that angle? Okay, so we have this and that. So in this case, it is A and C. So we're going to say A squared plus C squared minus C, these same things. So you say minus 2AC, then cos what? Your angle, which is B. What are you looking for? You are looking for angle B. So you are going to make this thing the subject, okay? So what do? You are going to take it here, and then this one should come this side. So when you manipulate it like that, you are going to get 2AC, then cos what? Cos B is equal to this A squared plus c squared. Then if this b squared comes this side, it will be minus b squared. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
So now we can say divide by what are we getting? No, let me use, okay, it's fine. So we're going to we want to write it in such a way that we just remain with it cos b. Okay. Yes, since we are finding the angle, so we should write it in such a way that we just remain with cos b there. So we are going to divide by 2ac, even here by 2ac. So this will cancel with that. We are now going to remain with cos b is equal to a squared plus c squared minus b squared over what? 2ac. Then now we can put in whatever numbers we have. So you can say, no, trigonometry is very simple because they give us formulas. Yes, they will just give you a formula like a general one. If you don't know how to manipulate, you can't answer, especially when it comes to this one. This one is very tricky because you need to work out things like the way we have done. Okay? So we are now going to replace cos b. Okay, no, let me write it from this side. Cos b. Do we have cos b? We don't have it. So
Yes.
we are simply going to say this is a squared plus c squared minus b squared over 2ac. So we're going to say cos b is equal to, what is our a?
13.
So we have, okay, yeah, we have it as 13. So we have 13 squared plus what? 28 squared minus
2.
minus 28, right? No. You guys have given me a wrong figure. This is supposed to be 21.
C 21.
C is 21, right?
Yes.
21 squared. Then minus 28 squared over, so this should be 2 times what? Times our a, which is 39. Then our c is what? 21.
C 21.
So we can say cos there. Let's punch the calculator.
13 squared.
Okay, so let's change this number 28. It is giving us something I don't want. It is going to take us to some manipulations where we need to know things to do with quadrants. So let's make that as 18.
18.
Yes, I don't want that. I don't want to deal with those things. You guys are still learning. You haven't done quadrants yet. So we have 18 there. Okay, so you should confirm with me. Are you getting 286? Okay, let's now multiply the down part. Confirm with me if you are getting that. Are we there?
Hakuna now.
0 point,
Yes.
0.5238. Then we have 0.9523. Then after we do that, we are now going to the same way we are working out yesterday. So we need to remain with just B there. So what do? You
We
introduce
shift.
the inverse of that. So you are going to shift the inverse of what? 0.51. But don't rub what you have on the calculator. So we are going to have our angle B as
58.
okay. So we should get, so what we said yesterday that whatever we're going to see on the calculator, we should write it. So we're
Yes.
going to write 58 point what? 41.
41. 18. 64.
Mm.
49.
Okay, so that is what we have in degrees. So after we've taught the marker to say this is what I saw on the calculator, you can now go on what? Round off. So this is an angle. We leave how many numbers after the point?
2.
This is an angle. We leave how many numbers after the point?
1.
We leave 1. So this is just 0.4 degrees. So the reason I changed this number that we had here, it was taking us to something we call the quadrants, but we'll be introducing quadrants probably tomorrow. Okay? Yes, so I don't want to make you think about a lot of things in the same lesson. Any other question on this?
Sasa apa pakuchita shift kosi kapanga ka negative 1 niponse pakule panga
Nponse ngatiresanga angle.
kupangako.
Look at what we had. It was quite up, but that was panga po if you cos negative 1. You remember this, eh? Because we are finding a side. So if you take a look at what we did yesterday, we also had something like that when we're doing this yesterday. Where is it? Okay, previous. When we're doing this yesterday, we had something that looked like that. Not so. We had something that looked like that. This. So you remember this from yesterday. So Paksanga, when we were finding this angle here, you've seen this part, right? So we had to shift this sign. We said shift inverse of that so that we just remain with it. We just remain with the angle. But when we are finding the sides, we don't do anything related to shift.
Okay.
Yes. Hopefully we were able to go through that one.
Number ka both ka white nini ya titi. Bantu. Back time when I kisha.
Black kawai take mwene kesha. So should be something like this.
Bulati yet pela problem ya kumana.
Say that. All right, so we can change. We can change. So that one. Anyway, let me cut the what?